Get you.
Yeah.
Hey, Conservatives of Texas, established 2019. Alex DeAnda here yet again this morning. I have been very, very busy working all kinds of areas. I came down to speak with Israel Derrick about the fundraising event that we're wanting to collaborate with him on. And I met these wonderful and interesting individuals. And you guys out there may remember Mr. Martin Nair.
Hey.
He previously served on our city council, and he's doing some great things. McCall Money.
Hello.
We're trying to both get her to get into the DJ scene. I think that's such an awesome name. I want them to tell you guys a little bit about this program that they're working on. No pun intended. Or maybe so. I don't know.
I know. I like it. I mean, all puns should be intended.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I would love to give them the floor and let them tell you guys out there what they are working on here in the city of Amarillo. Mr. Nair?
Hey, well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
My hands are like 10 degrees. It's chillier
pretty
all
cold.
day than you think. Hey, gang. So McCall and I, and we have another partner with us named Scott DeJesse, and then somebody else, and we decided. So some background. I've done some businessy stuff, and I found myself the past few years teaching at the college. And McCall is actually one of my previous students. And we teach them technology. And what we have discovered is that we teach people, and then we let people go. And then we teach more people, and we let them go. But that connection between teaching and success is missing. So in our community, we need to build something instead of just saying words. So what we decided to do is build a game studio, a creative design studio. And the reason for that is because if you talk to anybody in McCall's group or anybody else I'm teaching, and I ask them, why do you want to learn this technology? A couple of things come from that. One is, I want to change my life, and I know technology is the thing. But really the second one is, I want to make video games. And the reason for that is because the video game business industry, but the business makes more money than the book business, music, movies, and North American sports combined.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
It's
a big
amazing.
business. So right now we're in an esports area, and I think the last championship for World of Warcraft. One of the, I can't remember the name of it now. Had more people watching it than the Final Four basketball tournament.
Wow.
So it's serious stuff. The difference is it's accessible to anybody.
That's right.
So right now kids are playing, but we want kids to build.
Sure.
Because there is strength and power in having that part of them, and they can do whatever they want. And technology lets you do anything you want. So we came up with, let's start with a video game creative design studio. Now we have a lot of things inside of that. And the thing that we're really beginning is this small game called Sushi Apprentice. But it isn't good enough that we just make a video game. And you see a lot of people in this room playing, and they're having a great time. And I know my own son, he'll play some video games, and he picks up a little bit of Japanese while he's playing. He watches anime, a little bit of Japanese. And I see all the time that people are in it. But if we can build a game where they're actually getting something out of there to improve their lives, even better. So the first thing we were talking about doing is making a video game where you're really going to learn languages. So, for example, you're in high school and you learn German. Instead of using Rosetta Stone, you have a video game. It just says you're a spy behind the Berlin Wall. You better run because you don't know German, and that's the game. And you're in it. You're in immersive game. So Chinese the same way. In language learning, which is a huge business, in language learning, most language learning is coming out of Asia to learn English. More English learners exist in Asia than they do in the United States or in Europe. So it's an amazing transformation we're seeing. So, and culture defined by language defines power and economics. So if you cede that authority, you're in trouble. So there's a reason why people are trying to learn these things. So what we wanted to do, and I'm talking too long, and I'm sorry.
You're good. You do your
What we
thing.
want to do is do this. Language learning is big, right? A lot of stuff inside of it. You need linguists and you need curriculum. You go to schools and they don't know what to do. So we thought we'd start here. And so Sushi Apprentice is a game. You're actually playing, you're trying to find the sushi apprentice, you're trying to find the master, but really you're going to learn about art. So our art director is, so do you know The Monuments Men, that movie, George Clooney was in it? So our art director is a Monuments Man.
Is that right?
Yeah. And he just came back from Brussels talking about illicit art trade in the world.
Sure.
So he's awesome. And he's hand building our sets. We're having a live set where the characters will go through it, with the camera rig that comes through it.
Mhm.
Pretty neat. And then you're going to go into Japanese paintings.
Yeah.
But our idea is that you start with this Japanese, and then we move into other cultures. So we do Western American art. So really cool stuff. But that ties into language learning. It ties into all these pieces that we want to do. So they're so dynamic. Excited about playing.
Yeah.
So
We're in the middle of the battle.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
so on the business side, what I tried to do is start small with a Kickstarter campaign. So that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We have a Kickstarter saying, hey, we're trying to get $50,000. It's kickstarting this game inside of the studio. But really what we'll do is we'll do the normal business thing. We'll have people come in and we'll have equity in the business.
Sure.
So I was able to convince McCall through some, I don't know how I did it.
Voodoo magic.
Yeah, but she is so amazing. And without McCall, I know I would be with Scott, our non-newsman. We'd be sitting around having coffee saying, you want to do something cool? But McCall is the one that's actually the person driving us into something.
Yeah.
But our whole idea inside of this is to have an internship program, so we can have kids come in saying, I want to learn how to do this, but
Yes.
it's not the traditional method of learning.
Yeah.
So you don't sit in a classroom, you get lectured at. We build, and we say, this is how. So I do some of that right now at the Discovery Center. But in this facility, this is what we're going to talk about, how we get these kids in here.
You know, when you learn something but you don't apply it, it's like just showing a starving man the menu, but
Yeah.
never following through
No,
and
that's a
taking
great
them to the
example.
kitchen.
Yeah, sure.
You see, so McCall, how did you get involved in this?
So I met Mark when I took his web development class and about a year ago, and we learned how to build websites and all the basics. So we stayed in touch, and he was mentoring me on how to implement that into my own marketing. And then one day we had coffee with Scott, and he's like, hey, here's Scott, here's what we're doing. And they showed me all of their concept art, all of their plans, and I was immediately sold. So I figured this is not only something fun, and it's not only doing something with people who also have expertise and passion for it. This is going to be an adventure for us in the business, and hopefully for players that play the game.
Well, I'm excited to see this develop another time there in Amarillo. I'm very excited for you guys, and thank you guys for taking the time
Yeah,
to,
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
let me ask you some more questions, and we'll be keeping an eye, and we're just excited. So any finishing touches, and I'll let you chime out.
I know McCall's going to tell me you got to pitch the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So the Kickstarter only works when we have a lot of people
Yes.
help us, like $25.
Uh-huh.
We have a bunch of categories, like up to $500. We do dinner in Washington D.C.
Sure.
But we need a bunch of people to say we think that's kind of cool, because the more people that do it means the more we can fund our internship program to help people who want to come here.
Okay.
So I know McCall's saying you got to get the pitch out.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, she was in that class that she mentioned. They did their presentations, and she ran this thing, and they were up there. They're all dressed like Steve Jobs. And I thought, this is a person you don't let go of.
That's right.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she downplays herself on this.
Well,
She is pretty modest, because I said, you sound like you know a lot of this information. I'll just interview you. And she said, I'm gonna let Mark do it. I'm gonna let Mark.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to say about
She's
someone that has
extraordinary.
that kind of humility.
well, thank you.
Completely
Yeah.
extraordinary. And if you look at the Kickstarter campaign, there's a video that she made that talks about the team.
Mhm.
Stop motion is amazing.
Mhm.
We have a really beautiful backstory video. I mean, she
Oh, yeah.
is great. So I'm really privileged and completely, I was honored. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to find somebody of her caliber and talent that could help
Yeah.
a bunch of boneheads make something that we think might be great for them.
Yeah.
And what's the website folks can go to?
Yeah, so our studio again is called Bicycle Guy Studios. We named it because Mark likes to ride his bike. And you can go to www.bicycleguystudios.com. We are on all the social platforms. We post some videos and some updates of what we're doing. And we like to have fun, and we want to share that with others.
Sounds like it. Well, thank you guys again.
Thanks a lot.
You're so welcome. Alex Deanda signing off. Conservatives of Texas, established 2019. Goodbye, guys. That was good. That was
Thank
fun.
you so much.